Hello Year 11, it's Mr. Gumby. It's Wednesday today, okay, Wednesday the 3rd, and I'm going to be giving you lots of information here about starting back to school on Monday the 8th. Thankfully, we're all coming back in on Monday the 8th and things hopefully will be as normal as they can be at this time. Okay, we're going to go through what we expect and what you need to do. Don't worry about anything. All you've got to do is turn up at the right time on Monday and we will look after you and make sure you're going where you need to go. Okay, so let's get through this and give you the information you need. Again, you can read through this. This is just like a welcoming you back. We're here. What we want you to remember is that we're here to help and support you. If you need anything, you can message me on Teams, you can email me, you can phone me, or you can see me on Monday when you're in. Don't worry about anything. If you are worried, speak to us and I'm sure that we can put your mind at rest. So, in preparation for getting back to school, we've all had, and me included, we've all had different routines over the last 2 months. Going to bed at certain times, getting up at certain times, and it is difficult. So just have a read through this. Firstly, normalise your sleep pattern starting from now, because it takes a while sometimes. Start going to bed early and getting up early so you can get ready for coming back to school. Get your uniform all washed and ready. Get your shoes washed, make sure that everything is ready, get your school bag ready with stuff in it that you need. Have you got enough face masks, for example? You are all going to be asked to wear a face mask at all times in the building. That includes lessons now as well. Okay, so when you're outside you don't need a face mask, but when you're in the building, corridors, lessons, you will need a face mask, so make sure you've got plenty of them at home. And also, get your mindset ready. It has been a long time since you've been in school. Not a great deal is going to change in school. We all have the same rules still and everything. You already know everything you need to know. This is just a reminder and it's just to put your mind at ease a little bit. But get your mindset ready for going in your lessons and just continuing with the final part of your journey in Waterhead Academy, because you've not got that long left. It's long enough for you to keep working hard, keep improving your grades. So don't get stressed saying, oh, I haven't got enough time to get my grade to a 4 or a 5. You have, at the moment, you have. Okay, but let's get back into it and let's come in with the right mindset, willing to get that hard work in every single lesson. So obviously you know these. This is nothing new to you. These are our school values. Just reminding you that we need to show these at all times. This is the important stuff that you don't know yet, and this is what I'm getting a lot of questions about at the moment. These are your start times for Monday the 8th of March. Okay, this is the first time that we're going to be doing testing in school. If you've not yet filled in your parental consent form, please find that on Teams. Okay, so go into Teams now, if you've not yet done it, or after you've watched this, go into Teams. Okay. Go into the Year 11 team, so where it says all teams on your screen, press that and find the Year 11 team, and I have put a link in that chat of how to access this parental consent form. If you can just get your parents to do that for us, please, that will be really helpful. So these are the times we need you to arrive. Don't just think, oh, I'll come in with my mate and you're in a different form. So we'll have in D1 and D2 at 8:40, D3 and D4 at 9:40, H1 and H2 at 10:40, H3 and S1 at 11:40, S2 and S3 at 1:10. And it's dead important that we've had to stagger this because of the number of students we have in this school. Some schools have not staggered their starts. They don't have as many pupils as we do, and they may be doing things a bit differently. We want a nice, calm start for you. Okay? So this is to keep your entrance and your first hour in school nice and calm. Bring a book with you, please, because it will involve some waiting around, possibly in the sports hall, not for ages, but you have to show some patience on Monday morning when you arrive, or Monday afternoon in some of the forms. So please take note of those times there and just come through the green gates, down the side of the building to the sports hall. I've left these slides for year 10, 9, 8 and 7, just in case you have any siblings in those years, any brothers or sisters, and they will get their assembly from their head of year, but you can also pass this on if you've seen it. So there's year 10, year 9, year 8 and year 7 for their start times if you've got any brothers or sisters. So, COVID testing. Why is COVID testing important? Well, The information is there. It helps us to identify individuals that could possibly spread it, and that's the main reason why we've all been off school, is to prevent the spread of it. So we can't afford for it to start spreading again, for the sake of everybody. Okay, and this is also one of the reasons we're asking every single student to wear a mask all the time as well. So it's really important. It's not a case of, oh, but I don't think it's important. It's important to us as a school, and it's important that we look after each other. So regardless of what we believe or we think, we should be also following the guidelines and wearing masks and things like that for other people, not just ourselves. So I've just mentioned about it's possible you could have a little bit of waiting time on Monday in the testing room in the sports hall. So bring a book, bring something to read, and the time will pass much quicker. The zones are still going to be in place, and nothing's changed since the last time you were in. So as you know, our zone is the maths area. Okay, everything's going to be the same as it was before. We're not going back into everybody mixing. We're staying in our zone and our bubble in the maths area on the first floor. Already mentioned this, and it says there in red, in classrooms. This is a new thing, okay, that you're going to be expected to wear it. Communal areas, transitions, break and lunch inside and in classrooms. That's your mask. So please make sure you've got enough masks. Don't turn up to school without one, please. Again, other measures to keep you safe. Hygiene, cleaning your hands, equipment will be cleaned in school. All this was already done before, there's nothing new in this. Uniform expectations, nothing has changed. We expect full uniform with blazer and obviously school shoes. Sometimes when we start of a term or when we return to school, we do see lots of trainers, but I'm asking you to not wear trainers, please, to make sure that your uniform is complete with your school shoes. If the weather does, for example, get really wet, or it could even still snow at this time of year, we don't know. You bring your school shoes in your bag and walk to school in a different pair of shoes. That's fine. If your classroom is extremely, this goes off your teacher as well. If your classroom is extremely cold, because we may have windows open, your outdoor coat can be worn if your teacher allows you to. Now that doesn't mean that we're having all different types of jumpers and hoodies and things like that. So you can have your blazer on and a coat over the top, but we're not asking you to wear a hoodie or a jumper instead of a coat. So if it's cold, you wear your coat with your uniform underneath. Any night jumpers or hoodies or anything like that, we're going to be asking you to take them off, please. And that's also the same for PE kit, which I'll get onto in a minute. That's just a bit of extra information there about correct PE kit. So again, PE kit. The point I'm trying to get across to you now is, unless you've got a waterhead PE tracksuit top, you could well get cold in the building with just your waterhead t-shirt on. A Nike hoodies or Adidas hoodies or jumpers or Puma jumpers, they're not our PE kit. So what I'm asking you to do is, if you wear a hoodie as an outdoor piece of clothing, you're going to be asked to take it off when you come in school, and that even goes for when you're in your PE kit. Your Nike hoodie is not part of your PE kit. So what I suggest you do is, if you don't have a waterhead tracksuit top, I suggest you wear your blazer over the top of your blue t-shirt to stop you getting cold, and obviously you can leave that on in lessons. If the room is really cold in your classroom, you can also put your outdoor coat on top, but then that outdoor coat is taken off when you leave that classroom. Okay, so what we don't want to see is loads of people just wearing their own clothes instead of the PE kit. That's what I'm getting at, really. Okay, so I think you know what my rules are on this, or what the school rules are on this, and what my expectations are, because we've been through it quite a lot of times. Well, I'm just reminding you, okay? So don't keep all your outdoor hoodies on in your classrooms, even when you've got your PE kit on. The school day has slightly changed, and it's changed more for other year groups. The only change for year 11s, as you'll notice on there, is there is no transition time on there anymore. So we did have a 5-minute transition between each of the lessons, which meant that, for example, lesson 2, used to start at 9:40 because the first one finished at 9:35. However, that's now changed. We're expecting you to go straight from one classroom and line up at the other classroom straight away. So there's no time for socialising in between the lessons. So it's a case of out your classroom, go to your next classroom. It might be in the same zone most of the time, not all the time, but you go straight to your next classroom. If your teacher's in there, if you go in the classroom, if they're not, you just line up outside. So there's no transition, no socialising in between your lessons now, please. We will have lots of people that are a bit worried about various different things, having so much time off school, coming back. I know, for example, some students will worry about, oh, I've probably not done enough work, or some of my friends have done more work than me and I feel like I'm getting left behind. I say this a lot. All we can do now is look forwards, not backwards. We can't change yesterday, but we can make today go well and we can plan for tomorrow. Okay, so let's just look to the future. Don't worry about what's already gone. But if you do have any worries, there is a link on there. It'll be on the newsletter as well, for you to report any concerns to us. Or if you'd rather speak face to face, come and see me or Mr. Raymond or a teacher that you trust. Moving on to acknowledgements. The final week of home learning, we hope we're never going to have to go back to home learning, because we would much rather you were in school. This week, in English, well done to Darius. Brilliant engagement with online learning. Well done, Darius. English as an additional language this week goes to Zarshala Tahir. Engaged in all the lessons, not just the EIL ones. Claudia has seen her work really hard in her English lessons. Hands in quality work consistently. Well done to Zarshala. And in maths, well done, Josh Andrew. This is from Mr. Long. Has worked very hard all week and engaged really positively. Well done, Josh. In science, Chris Legento, well done for trying to answer all the questions on live lessons and trying to lift everybody's spirit by adding humour. So well done to Chris. Brilliant that to see you on there. MFL, Rayanne Ashton. Well done. Rayanne's been doing lots of good work through lockdown. It's not her first acknowledgement, this one, but it says excellent participation in online learning this week. Well done, Rayanne. And in geography, Aisha Kauser. Well done, Aisha. Engaged in all geography lessons and has consistently sent in high quality work. That's excellent. Well done. In history, Josh Park, engaged in all history lessons, has consistently sent in good work over the past 7 weeks. Josh has shown great work ethic and motivation. Well done, Josh. That's great to hear. Religious Studies, Anisa Hussain. Excellent engagement and work. Well done, Anisa. And in PE, Max Anderson, continued effort in displaying a positive attitude towards his learning. Well done, Max. Business Studies, Arzu Wahid has worked hard to complete all work set and has been present in all lessons. Well done, Arzu. This is great. So many people getting awards every week, and it's good to see so much hard work going into your studies at the moment, even at home. In Enterprise, Thomas Mills for being on time every lesson, for working to his best of his ability in difficult circumstances. Well done to Thomas. And I think, Thomas, there's another one coming your way just now as well. In music, continued hard work and commitment. So there's 2 there for Thomas Mills. That's fantastic. Well done, Thomas. Food technology this week goes to Finn Cooper. A brilliant effort to complete practical and written NEA work this past fortnight. That is fantastic. Well done to Finn. For some excellent work on his portfolio questions this week, the Drama Award goes to Jack Haworth. Well done to Jack. That's good to see. And finally, in Health and Social this week, Jessica Morris for fabulous engagement in remote learning. Well done to Jessica. That's good to see too. I'm really pleased that everybody on there, and I do know that we have lots of candidates for these every week, so it's not just the people on here that are working hard. We have loads and loads of children doing really well at the moment. I'm really proud of all of you. Finally from me, this is just my reminders for this week. And remember, Monday, if you need anything, just speak to me when you get here. You can get in touch with me before you arrive to school this week if you need to, if you're worried about anything. But please ask your parents to complete the consent form for the COVID testing. There's a link for this on the y11 Teams chat. It'll be on the newsletter as well. this week's newsletter that I'm going to post on the chat today. Please arrive at the correct time on Monday. Don't just decide, oh, I'm coming at whatever time. It needs to be the time of your form, so please see slide number 5 on this. I will also post the timings on the Teams chat as well, so that will be on there dead clear. Use the link on the newsletter if you need to let us know of any issues. If you want to report anything, the link will be on there, so read the newsletter and have a look at that. If you do need help, don't just sit there. You know, it's really important, even if you might be a bit shy, ask a friend to come and speak to one of us. Get a message to somebody that you trust that you need a bit of support with something, and we're there to help you. Okay? Finally, from me, I'm really looking forward to seeing you all on Monday at the right time. Don't worry about anything. Sometimes people get a bit anxious about coming back to things after being off for so long, whatever it might be. I'm often like that myself, and from my personal experience, sometimes the thought of doing things is far worse than the actual reality. So on Monday, it will be fine. Come at the right time. Come and have a chat with us. We're there to help you with anything, and I'm looking forward to seeing you all. Take care. See you Monday.